Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. Children, today we shall discuss the third part of the lesson Glimpses of India from our English textbook First Flight. Third part is Tea from Assam. The title of the chapter is Tea from Assam, and we have three characters here in this chapter. The first one is Pranjol, who is a youngster from Assam, and the second one is Rajveer, who is a friend of Pranjol, and both are studying in Delhi. And we have another character here, that is Pranjol's father. So these are the main characters here in this chapter, and Pranjol has invited his friend Rajveer to visit his home during the summer vacation. So they are on the way to Assam, and the story starts from a train compartment. Chai garam, garam chai, a vendor called out in a high-pitched voice. He came up to their window and asked, Chai Saab, give us 2 cups, Pranjal said. They sipped the steaming hot liquid. Almost everyone in their compartment was drinking tea too. Do you know that over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world? Rajveer said. Phew, exclaimed Pranjal. Tea really is very popular. This chapter starts with a friendly conversation. The train pulled out of the station. Pranjal buried his nose in his detective book again. Rajveer too was an ardent fan of detective stories. But at the moment, he was keener on looking at the beautiful scenery. The train started its journey. Pranjal buried his nose in his detective book again. Pranjal started to read a detective book, and Rajveer too was an ardent fan of detective stories. What does the word here? Ardent mean very enthusiastic or passionate. Very enthusiastic or passionate. So, ardent fan of detective stories, but at the moment he was keener on looking at the beautiful scenery. Note that word, underline that word keener. Here the word keener means a person who is extremely eager or zealous. A person who is extremely eager or zealous. That is keener. It was green, green everywhere. Rajveer had never seen so much greenery before. Then the soft green paddy fields gave way to tea bushes. So it was a new experience for Rajveer. It was a magnificent view against the backdrop of densely wooded hills. A sea of tea bushes stretched as far as the eye could see. Dwarfing the tiny tea plants were tall, sturdy shade trees, and amidst the orderly rows of bushes busily moved doll-like figures. Here in this paragraph, the author gives a very beautiful picture of Assam, a very beautiful picture of the tea plantations or tea gardens. So it was a magnificent view. What does the word magnificent here mean? Magnificent means extremely beautiful or impressive. Extremely beautiful or impressive. So, we have got another word there, that is sturdy. Sturdy means strong. Okay. So, this paragraph gave a very beautiful picture of the tea plantations of Assam or the tea gardens of Assam. In the distance was an ugly building with smoke billowing out of tall chimneys. So billowing here means പുകയുടെ തരംഗം. അതിനാണ് എന്ത് പറയുന്നത്? Billowing. Billowing out of tall chimneys. Hey, a tea garden, Rajveer cried excitedly. Pranjal, who had been born and brought up on a plantation, didn't share Rajveer's excitement. Rajveer's, Rajveer was excited when he saw a tea garden, but Pranjal was not like that. He didn't share Rajveer's excitement. Oh, this is tea country now, he said. Assam has the largest concentration of plantations in the world. You will see enough gardens to last you a lifetime. Here, Pranjal says that Assam has the largest concentration of plantations in the world. I have been reading as much as I could about tea, Rajveer said. No one really knows who discovered tea, but there are many legends. Rajveer says that no one really knows who discovered tea, but there are many legends. The word legends here means a traditional story. So, what legends? Well, there is the one about the Chinese emperor who always boiled water before drinking it. One day, a few leaves of the twigs burning under the pot fell into the water, giving it a delicious flavor. It is said they were tea leaves. Tell me another, scoffed Pranchol. Scoffed here means നോക്കിച്ചിരിക്കുക. Okay, so tell me another, scoffed Pranchol. Actually, when Rajveer told this legend or this traditional story which is related with the Chinese emperor, Pranjol became interested, and he asked for the second story or for the second one. We have an Indian legend too. Bodhidharma, an ancient Buddhist ascetic, cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditations. 10 tea plants grew out of the eyelids. The leaves of these plants, when put in hot water and drunk, banished sleep. So we have an Indian legend too. The second story is related with the India. Bodhidharma, an ancient Buddhist ascetic. What is the word here? Ascetic means a saint. Okay, so he was a Bodhidharma was a saint. He cut off his eyelids. Eyelids means a kanpini. Eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditations. 10 tea plants grew out of the eyelids. The leaves of these plants, when put in hot water and drunk, banished sleep. What does the word banished here mean? Banished means get rid of something unwanted. Get rid of something unwanted. That means banished. So these are the two legends, or these are the two stories which is related with tea. Drunk in China, Rajveer added as far back as 2700 BC. In fact, words such as tea, chai, and chini are from Chinese. Tea came to Europe only in the 16th century and was drunk more as medicine than as beverage. This paragraph gives a short description about the history of tea. Tea was first drunk in China. Tea came to Europe only, and the interesting fact is, in fact, words such as tea, chai, and chini are from Chinese. Words are derived from the Chinese. Tea came to Europe only in the 16th century and was drunk more as medicine than as beverage. It came Europe only in the 16th century and was drunk more as medicine than as beverage. Here, beverage means a drink other than water. A drink other than water. The train clattered into Mariani Junction. The boys collected their luggage and pushed their way to the crowded platform. Pranjol's parents were waiting for them. Soon they were driving towards Dekhiabari, the tea garden managed by Pranjol's father. Soon they were driving towards Dekhiabari, the tea garden managed by Pranjol's father. So Pranjol's parents received the two boys. An hour later, the car veered sharply off the main road. They crossed a cattle bridge and entered the Kiabari tea estate. An hour later, the car veered. Veered here means change direction suddenly. Veered means change direction suddenly. Veered sharply off the main road. They crossed a cattle bridge. Underline that word, cattle bridge. Cattle bridge here means it is a bridge that is built over a ditch. It is a bridge that is built over a ditch, that is called a cattle bridge, and entered the Kiabari tea estate. So on both sides of the gravel road were acre upon acre of tea bushes, all neatly pruned to the same height. Groups of tea pluckers with bamboo baskets on their backs, wearing plastic aprons, were plucking the newly sprouted leaves. Pranjol's father slowed down to allow a tractor pulling a trailer load of tea leaves to pass. This is the second flush or sprouting period. What does the word here sprouting mean? Sprouting means start to grow or spring up. Start to grow up or spring up. Start to grow or spring up. So this is the second flush or sprouting period, isn't it, Mr. Barua? Rajveer asked. It lasts from May to July and yields the best tea. This is the second flush or sprouting period, isn't it, Mr. Barua? Rajveer asked. It lasts from May to July and yields the best tea. This sprouting period lasts from May to July. So when Pranjol's father heard these words from Rajveer, he became surprised and he said that you seem to have done your homework before coming. You seem to have done your homework before coming. Pranjol's father said in surprise. Yes, Mr. Barua, Rajveer admitted. Rajveer admitted here means Rajveer agreed. But I hope to learn much more while I am here. I hope to learn much more while I am here. Children, we wind up today's class here. I hope you all would have understood what we have discussed here today. Thank you, children. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Thank you.